If people want houses, it's a way to basically provide a sense of security, safety, comfort. Airbnb is going to go out of business soon. Airbnb got too crazy with the rules.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Today we have an intriguing topic to explore, one that unveils the hidden side of the popular accommodation platform Airbnb. In our investigation, we're going to delve into the realm of the security safety team that operates behind the scenes, making nightmares disappear. We all love the convenience and unique experience Airbnb offers, but little do we know about the clandestine operation taking place to ensure our safety. Deep within the shadows, a specialized team tackles the most horrific and unimaginable situations that can occur during our stays. Today, we'll uncover the truth about the secretive safety team and the extreme challenges they face. Our journey begins with a chilling incident that sent shockwaves through the Airbnb community. A 29-year-old Australian woman visiting the vibrant streets of New York City fell victim to a horrifying crime. This incident, though tragic, set in motion a chain of events that would lead to the creation of a secretive safety team we're about to explore. But what exactly is the safety team, and how do they manage to erase these nightmares? Their existence remains shrouded in secrecy as they discreetly tackle the most distressing and harrowing cases that arise within the realm of Airbnb. From burglaries and assaults to property damage and identity theft, the purpose is to restore peace and protect the integrity of the platform. As we journey deeper, we'll uncover the extraordinary stories behind these extreme issues that the secretive safety team confronts head-on. From unruly guests turning luxurious homes into chaotic party scenes, to horrifying discoveries made by unsuspecting hosts. Their role is to swoop in, assess the situation, and bring swift resolution. So buckle up, dear viewers, as we peel back the layers of secrecy surrounding Airbnb's elusive safety team. Together, we'll unveil the remarkable tales of resilience, compassion, and dedication that lie hidden within the shadows of this platform. Join us as we explore the incredible world of Airbnb, secretive safety team, and the nightmares they make disappear.
Be a serial entrepreneur is a core value at Airbnb.
Things were going all hunky-dory until 2016, exactly 9 years after Airbnb's birth. An unacceptable incident occurred in one of New York's apartments. A 29-year-old Australian woman was allegedly raped at knife point in the property near the tourist magnet and central Manhattan crossroads of Times Square early on New Year's Day. The unidentified lady and her friends booked a first-floor apartment on West 37th Street a few blocks south of Times Square. The guests picked up their keys from a nearby bodega earlier that night without showing identification and then went to the New Year's Eve party. Soon after Halloween New Year's Eve, the woman left the bar earlier without her friends and returned to the apartment alone. To her misfortune, she couldn't find anything abnormal or identify a man's presence in the shadows as she walked into the bathroom. Abruptly, the blade of a kitchen knife was pointing down at her, and it was too late for her to realize that a mugger was following her. The intruder caught her, thrust her into the bed, and ruthlessly raped her. The victim's screams were lost in the darkness as the whole world rejoiced in the frenzy of celebration and drunkenness. After the molester fled with her phone, the victim luckily could reach her friends with an iPad, and they rushed to the street to find a police officer. An hour or so later that night, police arrested 24-year-old Junior Lee, and while they emptied his backpack, a set of keys to the apartment was found, alongside a knife and one of the women's earrings. What happened after the incident assault was even more disgusting. Hours after the alleged assault, safety agents from Airbnb made a swoop on the place of molestation, putting the woman up in a hotel, flying her mother in from Australia, and offering to pay any health or counseling costs for them. When it became obvious that their security breach and recklessness had left ways for the attacker to get into the property, the secretive black box Airbnb team offered to pay the Australian woman $7 million, one of the biggest payouts the company has ever made, on a condition that she won't publicly speak about the settlement or impose responsibility or liability on the part of Airbnb or the host. Despite the details, the local media didn't report the crime either. How disgracefully did Airbnb put a price on the woman's pride? Since then, the dark face of Airbnb began to unravel before the victimized customers, and they slowly started realizing that it was a wolf in sheep's clothing. Taking the lid off Airbnb and bringing the culprits behind bars was difficult because Airbnb had employed big-name players to handle its security matters and leaks. The crisis manager for Airbnb at the time was Nick Shapiro, former Deputy Chief of Staff at the Central Intelligence Agency and National Security Council advisor in the Obama White House. The safety team, often called the black box of Airbnb, had proved to be its linchpin, as we can see from the strategy to bury the New York attacker amidst the bitter regulatory fight. Out of fear of breaching confidentiality agreements, former team members have divulged very little about their work mode. One stated, "I had situations where I had to get off the phone and go cry. That's all you can do." The company's safety team is shrouded in secrecy in all its ups and downs. The number of dreadful incidences grew with the expansion of Airbnb. The happenings included hosts hurling suitcases out of windows to concealed cameras, gas leaks, and assaults. It was found that some hosts listed by Airbnb are deliberately making use of the platform to commit crimes. In one such shameful case in October 2011, 2 American women who had booked a homestay with a Barcelona host were being harassed and raped by the drunken host himself. Besides, he cautioned the women that he would upload videos of the molestation to the internet if they happened to complain to the cops. But the brave women just went on and met the police, who immediately took action, and the man received a 12-year prison sentence. Shockingly, the police could find hundreds of embarrassing photos of similar attacks that had occurred there before. However, Airbnb washed its hands and hesitated to comment on the incident. But it was reported that the secret safety team landed on time and paid the 2 women a confidential amount to keep silent on their issues.
Be a serial entrepreneur is a core value at Airbnb.
In addition to the safety team, Airbnb has cast other nets to stop customers from going against the company. Anyone registering on the site must sign an agreement, which blocks legal claims for injury or stress popping up during a stay and requires confidential arbitration in the event of a dispute. In the case filed in 2017 by Leslie Lapayauker, a 51-year-old woman did make it through by suing Airbnb after allegedly being assaulted by a host in LA. She had booked a 30-day stay as she was moving to the city from New Mexico. According to the court documents, the strange mannerisms of the host made Leslie decide to leave the place. Wickedly, the host followed her into the studio unit she had stayed in, locked the door, held her in a chair against her will, and masturbated in front of her, ejaculated into the trash can. Leslie remembers that the insane host told her to leave him a positive review on Airbnb. The man later claimed that what happened between him and Leslie was consensual, leaving him blameless. The company moved to settle, offering Leslie an undisclosed amount in exchange for dropping the case. A really unfortunate event happened in which Carla Stefanik, a Florida woman, was murdered while celebrating her 36th birthday in Costa Rica in 2018. Her family filed a lawsuit against the company later that year. The victim's body was discovered half-burned and wrapped in plastic about 1,000 feet from her Airbnb rental. The security guard of the complex committed the murder. However, Airbnb settled the case for an unrevealed amount. Tragedies kept happening. Airbnb kept settling issues with money. Being unethical has become necessary for Airbnb to hide anything that could hurt the brand. They're willing to burn millions of dollars to make nightmares go away. The nastiest scenario in the company is more involved in whitewashing its flaws rather than providing better services. They continuously fail to investigate the fraudulent activity and reluctant to remove illegal listings, and have started paying off the victims to keep them from reporting the malpractices in the media. Airbnb is now a frightening reality of what could be considered the most dangerous business model in the world. Though the Airbnb business seems simple and transparent, it always carries the insecurity of zero responsibility on the part of the service provider. As Airbnb acts as a platform rather than a service, it gives them the right to be irresponsible for any complaints, financial settlements, or fraudulent activity. Consequently, all this falls on the shoulders of the hosts and the guests. The Airbnb horror stories will surely make a hit on Netflix if it is featured ASAP. As customers, we should always remember that zero regulation comes with zero responsibility. When we're only concerned about finding a suitable place to stay at an affordable price, we should also be prepared to go through the potential hazards. But you won't be disappointed, because whenever things go wrong during a stay, the company's secretive safety team will jump in to soothe you and your family and prevent PR disasters. After all, it's all business based on strangers trusting one another. Airbnb is irresponsible for anything that happens between you and your chosen host. Irresponsible means nothing stands in the way, not even the law. Are you curious to know the secrets of famous and infamous travel companies around the globe? Remember, your safety matters, and in this ever-evolving world, it's essential to unveil the hidden efforts that ensure our well-being. Please let us know your experience with Airbnb in the comment section. And don't wait to hit that like button if you found this video informative, and subscribe to the channel for more interesting stories. See you in the next video. Till then, bye.